Rising Kingdoms just sent out a mailer answering questions, frequently asked questions about the upcoming Zenith of Power changes that are coming to the game. And all I can say is, honestly, I told you so. But what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Moose Game here. And today, I think today's video can be just summarized by this short clip from Omniarch. Let's just go ahead and take a look at this.
So I can understand why they would do this, but like, man, 60 million power is a lot of power for 16% attack. I don't know. That kind of ruins it for me. I was thinking about like pushing for this, but now I probably won't. That just does.
Yeah. Uh, so for those of you who are kind of out of context here, let me just explain. So when they first released, I think not too long ago, about like the FAQ regarding the Zenith Power changes that they're just mentioning here. They actually Rise of Kingdoms actually originally said, hey, like there's gonna be a new system. It's gonna be related to Zenith Power, and it's gonna make it more accessible for those of you who are on the 11th place and never got the Zenith Power city skin, right? And I released a video about it. Let me see if I can find one. There you go. And pull this up. I released a video about it. Let's see, about a week or so ago. And I got a lot of hate for posting that video. You guys can see that my like to dislike ratio is just, I got 6 dislikes, 23 likes, whereas everything else that I post on this channel is either 80% plus or even just 100% in general for likes to dislike ratio. And like I got 40 comments, most of which is basically saying like, oh, why are you against this like Zenith of Power? It's like everyone wants to get Zenith of Power, like like imagine you not getting Zenith of Power and all that stuff. I'm like, no, like if you guys actually go back and watch that video, whatever I'm saying here is in that video is all becoming true, first of all, and two, the only people that are going to benefit from this system are going to be people who are in the current Imperiums or Imperium cluster, whatever you like to call it, and who can actually push 60 million power for your Zenith of Power City skin. And I'm honestly quite disappointed about this. But let's just first take a look at the Zenith of Power FAQ that we just have in front of us, and then what it signifies for most people. Zenith of Power, Zenith Shop FAQ. Greetings, Governor. Zenith of Power Shop. Zenith Shop is about to make a debut in the anniversary festival. Blah blah blah. Whatever. What is the Zenith Shop? The Zenith Shop is a new exchange shop for Zenith Power event. The Zenith Shop will be viewable for the start of the event, but it will only be open for one day after event rankings are finalized. While the shop is open, you can deem the exclusive city theme and city theme effect for the current Zenith Power, legendary commander sculptures, and legendary equipment materials, and more. So, long story short, if you have Zenith Power event, and the new system will actually kind of add mileages at the end of the day. You can get legendary commander sculptures, new Zenith Power city skin, city theme, and also at the same time legendary equipment materials. Now, what currency does the Zenith shop use? How can I obtain it? Item in the Zenith shop costs Zenith badges. You can earn one Zenith badge every time you earn 5 million event points by increasing your power by 5 million. Okay, so each 5 million that you gain in terms of power, you're going to get one Zenith badge, which is understandable. Is there a limit on how many Zenith badges I can earn? In each instance of Zenith Power, you can claim up to 20 Zenith badges. So per each Zenith Power event, you can gain up to 100 million power and then get 20 badges. All understandable. Will my unused Zenith badges be carried over to the next Zenith Power? No. All unused Zenith badges will be lost at the end of the event. So this is very important because I think what some of you from the 40 comments that I got on that video did not get this part. So if you do not use your Zenith Power badges, those will all be lost at the end of the event. So you can't just push 5 million power here, 5 million power in there, and then like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work towards the Zenith Power badges like threshold for the city theme. No, you cannot do that. So you have to be able to push up to the limit that each city theme kind of pushes you to. So if the power limit is 30 million, then you need to make sure that you have pushed 30 million either way. But yeah, just make sure that you actually understand this because this is going to be very important. And how many Zenith badges do I need to redeem for the exclusive city theme and city theme effect? So for the city theme, you'll need 12 Zenith badges. 12 Zenith badges. Okay, so what does that mean? That is 60 million power that you need to be able to push for you to get the Zenith power city theme. 60 million. 60 million, guys. I mean, this is why I think like whatever I was saying was true, right? Because first of all, if you could push 60 million power in 99.5% of kingdoms that are in Rise of Kingdoms, you would have won Zenith Power event regardless, in my opinion. Regardless of the Zenith Power city skin. Even if you got like, let's say something as competitive as like Cavalry, 15% health, most of you who are watching this video and most of you who are like competing for Zenith Power would have won the Zenith Power city skin either way if you push 60 million power, right? So who does this benefit? This benefits the people who are in the Imperium kingdoms and those people only who got enough speed ups from gold chests that they get every single day that they're actually in Imperium power. Like, let's just face it. All those people who are in Imperium kingdoms, obviously, I understand that you have to earn your place at Imperium. I get it, but then again, you guys will get a lot more speed ups per KVK per time that you play versus other people. That's just a fact, right? Like you get a lot more spenders in your kingdom. That's why you're Imperium, and then there's a lot more people who are who are more active, who does more activities and all that stuff. Which like I'm not trying to undermine you guys who are in Imperium. To be really honest with you, no, I'm not trying to do that in any way. But then again, if you're in those kingdoms, it is much easier for you guys who are in Imperium kingdoms to be able to push 60 million powers compared to other people who are not in Imperium, right? So this just breaks the limit that there was in terms of a number of Zenith Power status skins that the Imperiums could actually get. And this is all it does, right? Again, because even if you're in AC, even if you're in high AC, even if you're in most of the kingdoms, you would have gotten the Zenith Power city skins if you push 60 million power either way. Like I haven't seen a single kingdom that is not an Imperium that had higher top 10 rankings cut line above 60 million. Maybe there was one or two in the history of Rise of Kingdoms, but that is just it. There's no way that a high AC kingdom will have 60 million plus Zenith Power cut line. But again, the only people that can actually do this and gain more than 10 Zenith Power status skins within their kingdom is people who are in 2377, 1960, maybe the old one, as well as the new one, and then 1098, 1093, and who are 2489. Those like crazy kingdoms are the only ones who can actually benefit from this, in my opinion. Obviously, there'll be one or two people who are kind of like outliers who will be able to benefit from this, who are not in those kingdoms. But then again, yeah. And that's why in my old video, I said, hey, like, the new Zenith Power City skin stuff, like the Rise of Kingdoms is hyping it up as if it is going to like, oh yeah, everyone's gonna get Zenith Power City skin. No. No, 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 no. This system will only benefit those people who are in Imperiums and who are actually willing to push more than 60 millions of power in a single Zenith Power event. And that's why I said on the thumbnail right here. And no, you are probably not going to get it either way. Because chances are, if you're watching my video, you're like, there's probably like 1% of you who have watched my video that are actually in Imperium, if I were to exaggerate even the percentage, right? So yeah, this is not a change that's coming in for average Joes like you and me. This is for people who are in Imperiums and Imperiums only, and this basically breaks the limitation on which that the Imperiums had on the number of Zenith skins that you can get by being in Imperiums, basically. Period. And no, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of people who are in the 11th place that are gonna be safe from this event too much too. To be honest with you, there's gonna be probably like 5 people that you'll be able to save from not going all, just quitting the game for being in 11th place, being in, being in your Imperium. Period. Yeah. Anyways, will I still be able to obtain the exclusive city skin via your ranking? Yes, the top 10 will still get the exclusive city theme. And also at the same time, they also mentioned something about this. Yeah, so upcoming city theme, which has all attribute bonus, will cost 12 Zenith badges. The theme effect will cost 8. So if you push 20 Zenith badges by pushing 100 million power, you'll be able to get both the effect and the city theme guaranteed. But if the exclusive city theme does not have a bonus for all unit types, let's say this is cavalry, 15% cavalry defense city skin that's coming up like after this Zenith power city skin, then we expect that it will cost less than 12 Zenith badges. And I think that's reasonable because if everything, I think, in all honesty, I think Lilith is doing this in a very better fashion than I thought. I did provide my feedback through the hotline that I have for Lilith as well. But it looks like if it is, let's say, for cavalry only city theme, then let's say if you push only 40 million power, then you can also get the Zenith power city skin, is I think what this is saying. And yeah, I totally agree. We don't want top Imperiums to be having 12% health city skin is what I said before. Now that we know that it's 16% attack city skin with universal, like troop attack city skin. Yeah, we don't want to see 100 of them running around with those. So that's why the push limit is 60 million, which is, even for Imperium, I think, on a harder end of things, right? If you're pushing power in Zenith of Power skin and then Zenith of Power event and then it's 60 million power, I think even for Imperiums, it's gonna be a little bit kind of like, okay, well, do I really want to push 60 million power? Although I have like 2,000 days of like speed ups and whatnot, like 3,000 days of speed ups that I can actually spare for fights and stuff. So I think it also kind of like puts the limitations here there. So I do like this change. And if it's 40 million for you to get like 15% like cavalry defense city skin, I think that's a little bit more fair. But then again, I think it still doesn't change the fact that this whole system is actually put in place to benefit the Imperiums and Imperiums only. And that's why I was making that video earlier on that I showed you about. Like, this video was not to say, like, hey, like, all those people, like, I'm not against there being more Zenith Power status skins being released. What I was against here, which is going to be true with the new system that they just explained, is only Imperiums getting more Zenith Power status skins than 10 that is actually, allowed in each cluster. You know what I mean? So that's what I was trying to say. I know a lot of you have, like, not really read or watched through my video all the way, but then again, yeah, like, that's what I was trying to say. And the system turned out to be exactly like what I was expecting. Yeah. Anyways, that's about it on everything that I wanted to say about the Zenith Power City Skin changes that are coming up and explained in the Zenith Shop FAQ. I think the impact will be a little bit smaller than I thought, just because of the fact that 60 million powers is still a lot, even for Imperium Kingdom players. So, yeah, I think it's not as bad. I thought it was going to be 30 million power, to be really honest with you, because that's usually how much people push Zenith power with. But yeah, 60 million power makes sense, especially for all troop type stuff, right? And I think the potential of this system, though, could have benefited a lot more people than like 5 people that were going to miss Zenith Power City Skin, or like maybe hundreds of people who are in Imperium who were going to actually, if like, I think right now, under the new system, it is technically possible for there to be a kingdom-wide push for them to give like 100 people universal 16% attack city skin, in my opinion, right? Okay, spend a lot in this event. We're gonna do a lot of gold chests and spend all of your speed ups that you're gonna get to get the city skin theme by hitting 60 million power, because man, we're going to actually crush everyone if everyone's running 16% attack city skin. If kingdoms like 2377 were to do this, then I think that is technically possible at this point. Or even like I think the old 1960 would have been perfect kingdom before disbanding. Not disbanding, they're not disbanded, but you guys know what I mean, right? The old 1960 could actually push for this. I think they could have. So that's what I was really, really worried about. I think 60 million power kind of puts me at a little bit more of an ease that will not happen. But I think still, I don't think this system is fair. But what do you guys think? If you guys did enjoy today's video, please go ahead and drop a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. All right. Peace.